Hi everybody and welcome to this week's Under 9 session. So this week we're just going to look at how we present the ball, where the right place to present the ball is, and why we present the ball. We really want to get the boys and girls into thinking about why we present the ball the way we do, okay, with the thoughts of building towards next season. So our warm-up is going to be mainly focused on the top half of the body. So a good one to do is just a quick pushing game. So standing in pairs who can push each other backwards, make sure there's lots of space. And the same one is just pulling the ball, so they've got to stand sort of 2 yards apart, just try and pull the ball off each other, just trying to get the top half nice and warm for ready for contact and bits and bobs like that. And then just moving into a couple of crouched runs again. So you can just move and stretch the back of the hamstrings as they're running and just quickly popping up so that you're still maintaining the heat in the top half of the body. Okay, so then we're going to move on to how we present the ball. Okay, so the key thing that we want to get the guys into is, do we keep going forward and keep going forward centimetre by centimetre and centimetre, or do we actually stop, turn around and then present the ball and allow our team to pass the ball out quicker? Okay, so we're going to do, you can do this depending on your numbers, in 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, depends on how you want to do it. Okay, but each pair against each other, if you like, will look like this. So you're going to need quite a few contact pads, because you're going to have one side and one the other. Okay, if you can get different coloured pads, that's great, just makes it much easier for the boys and girls to understand. So if this was yellow and this was a red pad, the first 15 minutes that we're going to do is going to be how we present off the yellow pad here. Okay, so we've got a tackler in the middle, so we're going to run through all of the basics of the tackle: cheek to cheek, foot forward, ring of steel, drive, and first man up. But we're going to get this guy to drive him back onto here. Okay, so the man with the ball is not going to be too bothered about coming back and hitting the contact pad, because he needs to present that ball there. Okay, and what we're going to be saying to the guys is the defensive line is here, so they're all going to be stood, all of the line of 3 or the line of 4 is all going to be stood in the same place. So if this ball is now back here and the pass goes from there, that second man has still got a good 5-10 yards to run at this guy to build up a bit of pace, possibly get past him, present the ball. So he's going to do exactly the same. We're going to make sure that even if we get tackled, we're going to come back and we're going to hit the contact pad behind. So as a coach, you might need a couple of helpers just going behind the player with the ball, checking the contact pad on the floor so he can come back onto it, but it gives him a target to aim for when he's on the floor, and the ball has got to be put at the far end of the contact pad. Okay, so as they get more and more into this, those contact pads will start to move this way. Okay, because they're running it deep, so the second man and the third man is coming onto the ball much quicker. So instead of this defensive line being here, we're moving the defensive line here, so you're going to need to move these contact pads up in line with it. Okay, so again, once you've done first line of 3, you swap over, second line of 3, etc, etc, etc. What I tend to do is I'll tend to be the scrum half and I'll tend to do the passing, or one of my helpers will do the passing, just so the guys are concentrating on what they're doing with the ball rather than having somebody do the pass. Okay, so you're then going to flip it round onto the second set of 15, and we're going to go, right, how do we get past this guy and get to the contact pad, so the red contact pad the other side, and then still present the ball here for our team to come onto the ball. Okay, so what we're looking at here is we're looking at fast feet, we're looking at how we get around the outside. We're going to aim for the outsides of the defensive arc of that player. So we're going to hit all of the weak spots on the hands and the wrists. We're going to get the boys to run at those and then go for the contact pad. So when they've gone for that contact pad, we're looking for them to spin round. So as they're landing, we're going to get them to spin round and still place the ball here. Okay, so we're going to take this guy, moving completely out of the way, that ball's going to come back to here, and the same thing then. So again, you're going to be a bit dynamic with the the contact pads, you're going to need to move this even quicker this way this time. Okay, but the point of what we're trying to do is we're always concentrating on the presentation of that ball, so it needs to be away from the player, it needs to be at arm's length, so that the scrum half can come in and pass the ball really quickly. Okay, this is quite a difficult one for the guys to get a hang of, and it might take you 3 or 4 goes at this week on week to actually get it right. But when you get it right, this is an absolute gem for putting it into a game format. Okay, because this is very realistic for a game. A one-on-one tackle, where do we present the ball? Am I going forward? Am I held up? If I'm held up, I'm going to move that ball back as quick as I can. Or if I can get round this guy, which I'm always going to try and do, I'm still going to make sure that even if he catches me, I'm going to present that ball back on my side rather than on their side. Okay, so we're going to move that into a game. So again, try and move it into games if you've got numbers of 3-on-3, 4-on-4, and then bring them into a game of 8-on-8 or 6-on-6, however your numbers look. So the game controls that we're going to put in for this one, if you don't present the ball right, you don't win the ball and it gets turned over. So you need to be right up close to every tackle and going, is that ball coming back right? And if it's not, then we need to reinforce what we've just done earlier and just going, okay, why did we do this? Why did we do that? Where are we trying to present the ball there? How are we being tackled and not presenting the ball? Things like that. And then the second game control that we're going to put in is outside of the tackle, is coming onto the ball at pace. So we want to go 2 passes, so scrum half to first contact, first contact to second contact, and it's the second contact that we'll then be looking at and what they do with the ball. Again, it's just about getting the guys coming onto the ball at deep. So instead of facing this scenario here, you're facing this scenario here. You're going around the man because you're coming at deep, you're moving the line up, but you're still presenting the ball back this side here. Okay, so that's our under 9 session done, guys. Let me know how you get on, and I shall speak to you again next week. Thanks very much.